At the start of your test, you may be asked to pop the bonnet. From the passenger side, locate the bonnet release in the footwell. Pull the lever towards the rear of the car. This will undo the initial release mechanism. Push the secondary release lever to the right, and lift the bonnet. Once open, use the bonnet stay to hold it up. These are the items you may be asked questions about. Can you tell me where you would locate the engine coolant? And how you would know the levels were adequate? Can you tell me where you would locate the brake fluid? And how you would know the levels were adequate? Can you tell me where you would check you have sufficient engine oil? And how you would know the levels were adequate? Check before starting the engine. Locations for dipstick and filling point. Remove the dipstick and wipe clean with a cloth. On the end of the dipstick, there are notches. These notches show the minimum and maximum levels for your oil. Replace the dipstick, then remove it again. The end of the dipstick will then be covered in oil, showing how much oil you have. If you need to add more, remove the filling point cap, add a little oil at a time. Give that oil time to settle, and then recheck. Remember, too much oil is as bad as too little. Can you tell me how you would check the condition of your tires? You need to check the center 3/4 of the breadth of the tire, and around the full circumference, to see that there is a minimum tread depth of 1.6 mm. There are depth markers around the tire to give you a guide. You would also check both side walls, and ensure there are no bulges, cuts, or items like nails, screws, or glass embedded in them. Can you tell me where you would find the correct pressure for the tires? And how would you check? You would look in the owner's manual for the correct pressure setting. To check the pressure, firstly remove the dust cover. Then use a proprietary pressure gauge. There are many different versions on the market. If using an electric gauge, check that it is switched on first. Place it over the tire valve, and assert pressure to it. The gauge should beep. Then check that the pressure showing on the gauge is the same as shown in the manual. If it is not, then add or remove air to make the pressure correct. It is advisable to check pressures when the tires are cold. To check the tire's tread depth accurately, you can use a tire tread gauge. Switch on the gauge, place it on a flat surface to ensure the gauge will read accurately, and then zero the gauge. Place the gauge in between two of the treads and then lower the depth marker to the lowest part of the tire. This will then show you how much tread is left. Remember, 1.6 mm is the legal minimum. These are just some of the Tell Me questions. Please keep an eye out for Part 2. Part 2 will discuss all the Tell Me questions that may be asked within the car. Thanks for watching.